Hey everybody, welcome back to Semi Stories. Today we got some great stories from r/TrueOffMyChest, starting with one where OP slept with his girlfriend's mother 2 years ago. So let me first just say this. I'm not the one in the wrong for this, but I have to say it somewhere. It's eating me alive. 2 years ago, when I was 19, I met this woman while I was working as a personal trainer. She was in her 40s and looked like a 25-year-old. She took an interest in me and invited me out a number of times, and we had sex a few times. After one of our meetups, she said that it was wrong for someone of her age to be with me because I was too young, and she changed gyms. My girlfriend and I have been together for just under a year. She's amazing and I love her so much. 2 months ago I met her family for the first time and it was a shock. Like, she took me to the house where I had hooked up with a woman and it felt like I was being pranked. Before I see her mom, it hits me. I have a definite type and they both fit that type, so it makes sense. I've been hooking up with a single mom and now I'm with her daughter. Then her mom and dad pop out and we both almost crap ourselves. I meet her parents, they've been married for 20 years and I realize I've been a married woman's boy toy. I feel incredibly ashamed. Later that week her mom finds my number and tells me that I can never speak of what happened. She says that my girlfriend will hate me forever because I'll be the one who broke up her parents. So now I'm stuck keeping this secret. She invited me to spend Thanksgiving with her and the family since my family is 1,000 miles away, and I already told her I don't plan on going home, so I don't really have an excuse not to go. So now I'm going to have to sit there at a table and enjoy Thanksgiving dinner with the woman I had an affair with, her husband, and her daughter who I'm now in love with. I am screwed. Aside from the tons of awkward dinners you're going to have from now on, I think it happened in the past and, you could have never known. I do love how Reddit is the perfect place to just let go of a secret without having to face the consequences. And I do hope it helped him come to terms with it and just move on. In this next story, OP found out that her boyfriend of 2 years is actually married with 2 kids. I've been seeing this guy Adam, 32, for about 2 years now. He's from another town but visits me on the weekends. I've never met his family, friends, or been to his town. I know he works at a church and he takes pride in that. 3 weeks ago I found out he's actually married and has 2 kids. I was devastated and in a state of disbelief, but most of all I was mad, especially after I confirmed this via his wife's social media account. We're still talking and I haven't broken up with him yet. I planned and decided to show myself to his family on Sunday at his church and let them know that he used me and took advantage. I plan on ending it right then and there. I'm currently in his town staying at a hotel. I'm doing this tomorrow and no one knows except myself. He's still texting me lies thinking that I'm stupid or ignorant. I feel terrible, but something's pushing me to do this. I don't know if it's anger or feeling bad for his wife and kids. I'm not gonna lie, I'm worried this might backfire at me, but at this point, I have nothing to lose. I just feel like I need to get my respect and dignity back after being lied to and fooled for 2 years. I personally can't imagine what it's like to have 2 years of your life completely wasted because some guy has a secret life aside from you. As scummy as this guy is, I do think OP needs to be very careful about not involving the kids in this display. I think she should go to the wife directly in order to avoid hurting the kids. This next story is in a bit of a similar vein where OP has been dating a guy for 3 years and then he cheated on her. I've been with him for 3 years now. We plan on getting married when our lives settle down. I wanted to start a family with him. I loved him more than anyone else in the world. I've sacrificed so much for him, moved away from my home, turned down jobs so I could stay with him, and stood by his side as he started to go back to school. I gave him my world. And then he cheats on me. I found out over a month ago. The scumbag got cocky, and I found out he was cheating on me with 2 different women. One is a teacher's assistant at his university. The other is his best friend's girlfriend. I am livid. I write this post choking back venom. I loved him so much. He was my whole world. But now, he will be the world I burned to nothing but ash. I pay for everything since he quit his job last year to go to school. I was more than happy to help him. I make enough to support us both. The only upside is the student loans are in his name, with no connection to me. It will hurt to push the scumbag out to sea, but I will survive. I have held out for a month, enough time to create what I call the day his world burns. Tomorrow we are hosting a party. I arranged for his family to come, but my family will sadly not be able to make it. I have packed everything valuable already, and the suitcase is in the back of my car. My brother will come during the event tomorrow to take the car that is in my name to my parents' house. The joint account, which is all my money anyway, is already empty. The event will be great, and he thinks it's for us to announce our engagement to his family. What will happen in reality is I will announce my departure from his life. I have already taken a job out of state and have lined up a new place to live. I will start by telling everyone what he is into. For example, the screenshots of him asking his friend's girlfriend to pee on him, and the many other fantasies his degenerate mind came up with will be passed around. I will hand him the notice to vacate, as I have already broken our lease. We need to be out by the end of the month. I will then end off by informing him I have already reported he was sleeping with the teacher's assistant for one of his classes the previous semester to the university, and that I am sad that I won't see the fallout from that. His friend also has a message for him that I will deliver, informing him that his friend group never wants to see him again as well. And with that, I will leave. I will not look back, I will set his life on fire and walk away. Opie then posts the last and only update on this story, which hurts a little. They say that hubris is the downfall of man. Yesterday, I planned to ruin his life in front of his entire family. I worked for a month to create a scenario that would cut him the deepest. I had patiently waited for the chance to storm out of his life in a blaze of glory. And then I hit the front page of Reddit. I realized I had messed up when he was not answering my text and had not shown up hours after he told me he would be home. I had hoped it was an happy accident, literally a car hitting him before I had the chance. But no. I don't know how many men in the world are currently cheating on their soon-to-be fiancé with their best friend's girlfriend and a teacher's assistant. However, the one that mattered in my plan found my Reddit post. I called his mother and found out that he had run home to his parents. He told them that we had a fight and that we were probably through. I was, and still am, livid at myself. His mother asked me what had happened as he let out a few details, so I decided to tell her that he was cheating on me with a teacher's assistant and his friend's girlfriend. I soon heard shouting before she hung up. I texted my ex that he had until morning to return my car before I reported it stolen, and sent the screenshots of all his texts to my parents and siblings. My car was sitting in my driveway when I woke up. I contemplated sending the screenshots anyway, but his mother sent me a heartfelt text yesterday apologizing for her son's actions, and I feel they deserve to be spared from his degenerate actions. I and my father will be moving all my stuff today, and I won't be coming back after that. I know you'll be reading this, you cheating ass. You're a cowardly piece of crap. Just know I'm not above sending all the screenshots if you ever dare come back into my life. Oh, and your ex-friends all know about your nasty fetish. I can't control what they do with that information, so good luck with that. Well, it might not have been the delicious moment that Opie herself was waiting for, but I think he did get what was coming for him. I mean, losing your girlfriend, all of your friends, and your parents are pissed at you? I don't really see a good way to recover from that one. In this last story, Opie switched his girlfriend's cat with a more well-behaved lookalike. 6 years ago, I swapped my then girlfriend, now wife's cat with a more well-behaved lookalike. She had an all-black cat that was extremely aggressive. It scratched everyone, hissed at everyone, and didn't use its litter box half of the time. My wife insisted that she could get it to behave better. One week she went out of town to visit her family, and I was supposed to go to her apartment and feed it. The first night I went over, it scratched the hell out of my arm. I joked to the cat that it's not special and I'll replace it if it scratches again. The joke stuck with me, until I had thought about it enough that it wasn't a joke. The next morning, I went to the local animal shelter. I eventually found an identical cat who was already litterbox trained and acclimated to people, but was a little skittish. Its old owner died of a heart attack, and the animal shelter people said that they think that's why it was skittish. But overall, it was a lot friendlier and better behaved, and this skittishness would help it resemble the original cat. So, I adopted it, took it to my wife's apartment, settled it in, then drove her original cat to an animal shelter a town over. I was paranoid my wife would find out if I took it to a local one. It's been 6 years since then. We've gotten married 4 years ago, and we still have the swapped cat. It answers to the original cat's name. My wife knows nothing. She loves this cat and brags about how much better behaved it is. Every time I see it, I feel like a total piece of crap. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little bit conflicted about this one. If she doesn't find out, what's the harm? I mean, the cat is more well behaved and is less of a problem for anyone. On the other hand, you are condemning a cat to go into the animal shelter, and maybe your wife had some sort of connection to it. Maybe it was a gift from her parents or something. That would hurt a lot. I'm really curious what you guys have to say about this one, so please make sure you leave a comment down below. Be sure to like and subscribe the video to help the channel out, and I will see you guys next time. See ya!